friends, today is Monday, June 8th. I'm always confused when I tell you the date because I always have to think for a minute because Miss Kara never quite remembers. Today I'm going to read you two books and I'm going to read you two books and sing one song. And we only have 2 more weeks of school left, my friends. Can you believe it? It's going by so fast. All right. This book is called Ladybug Girl. It's called Ladybug Girl. It's by David Soman and Jackie Davis. Let's see where to put this. Okay. I'm Ladybug Girl, says Lulu, zipping into the kitchen. She slips into the chair next to her brother. Did you know that ladybugs eat bugs? Yes, he says. Everyone knows that. After breakfast, Mama says, Papa and I have work to do around the house. You'll have to figure out your own fun time, okay? How am I ever going to do that? Asked Lulu. You can do anything, Lulu. You're Ladybug Girl. Lulu runs after her brother. Where are you going? I'm playing baseball with Sam and Max. Can I play too? She asks. No, you're too little, he snorts, and bugs don't play baseball. With a sigh, Lulu wanders through the house. Bingo follows. There's nothing to do. Well, I'm looking at her bedroom and I have an idea of something she can do. What do you think? She should clean her room, huh? In the living room, there's a wall of books. Lulu can't read yet, but she knows her letters, so she finds lots of L's. More than 59, she thinks. Then she waters her avocado plant. She takes out her ruler to measure if it's grown. Some days it just doesn't seem to be getting any bigger. When Bingo gives Lulu the look, it's time to go outside. In the backyard, the grass smells sweet and it's sparkly with dew. While Bingo snuffles about, Lulu discovers a line of ants marching over a rock. Is that rock in your way, ants? It's much too big for you to move, isn't it? She says. I can help you. I'm Ladybug Girl. Ladybug Girl easily lifts the rock over her head and tosses it aside. Nothing can stop the ants now. Come on, Bingo, she says. Ladybug Girl has things to do. She runs across the yard to the pond. Her brother calls it a puddle, but she knows it's big, so big she can see trees and sky inside the water. There might even be a shark in the deep part. Ladybug Girl jumps in anyways. Her next stop is the old crumbly stone wall. It definitely needs her help. She picks up the fallen rocks and puts them back on top. Now the wall is bigger and better than before. It's the perfect fort. Even the toppled over tree at the back of the yard can't stop her. Its roots look like angry snakes, but Ladybug Girl skips all the way down its trunk, not falling even once. Daisies. She jumps down and lands with a bow. Ta-da, she says. Bingo wags his tail. All of a sudden, Lulu hears the crack of a baseball bat. She whirls around and sees a ball bouncing toward her. Hey, her brother yells, throw it over here. She picks up the ball and throws it, but somehow it lands near her feet. Please, can I play with you now? She asks when her brother runs over. No, he says, I already told you, you're too little. He grabs the ball and runs back to his game. Lulu glares after him. She is not happy, is she? Have you ever been left out by a friend or by someone in your family? Does not feel very good, does it? Lulu lies down, feeling the warm sun on her cheeks. She knows she isn't too little. She thinks of the 59. Letter L she found, and how she saved the ants. She wasn't afraid of the shark at all. She built the perfect fort, and she balanced across the whole tree without falling, all by herself. From out of nowhere, a gust of wind swirls the air with leaves. She jumps up to chase them. Ladybug Girl can catch the leaves in midair. Ladybug Girl is definitely not little. She yells, and Ladybug Girl is definitely not little, she yells into the wind. Lulu runs up the hill to the apple tree and lifts herself onto a branch. She can see her brother and his friends playing baseball and hears them arguing. It doesn't really look like that much fun after all. Not the kind of fun Ladybug Girl has. She holds her thumb and index finger a bit apart and squints through them. She can fit her brother and all of his friends between these two fingers. I'm not little, she says. You're little. Lulu sits for a moment, listening to the singing sparrows and the squawky blue jays. When she hears Mama calling, she swings down and says, "Come on, Bingo! Let's go inside and tell Mama and Papa about our morning." Feeling as big as the whole outdoors, Lulu stretches out her arms and flies down the hill with her wings bobbing behind her. Look at all these different ways that Lulu dresses up. Ladybug Girl. Have you ever read that book? I like Lulu. She is an adventurous girl. I think it's fun to be adventurous. All right, I was kind of an adventurous girl too when I was little. This book is called Little Tree. It's kind of a book about fall, but this book taught me a really important lesson in my life about letting go. Sometimes letting go is really, really hard. It can feel really sad and hard to let go of things. But sometimes when we let go, even better things come instead. So let's read the book Little Tree by Lauren Long. Here we go. Once there was a little tree filled with little leaves, who was surrounded by other little trees who had little leaves of their own. In the heart of long summer days, Little Tree's leaves kept him cool. The squirrels would climb up on his branches to play. The mourning dove landed in him and sang her fluty song. The little tree was sure to grow up big and strong. Autumn arrived and cool winds filled the air. The wind tickled the little tree as it passed through his branches and ruffled his leaves. The air grew cold and the leaves on all of the trees changed color, becoming yellow, red, and orange. Oh! Then one by one, the trees began to drop their leaves, but not Little Tree. He just hugged his leaves tight. "Hello, Little Tree," said a squirrel. "You're supposed to drop your leaves now." But Little Tree was unsure. What would he do without his leaves? Winter came. "What are you doing with leaves still on you?" asked the doe. Little Tree just hugged his leaves tight. Springtime arrived and the little forest burst into life again. The other trees grew bright new leaves. The squirrels played in their branches. Little Tree could hear the mourning dove singing her fluty song. The seasons continued to come and go. "Little Tree," quacked a duckling, "your leaves are brown. Are you feeling sick?" A fox said, "Little Tree, it's autumn. It's time for you to drop your leaves. You can do it. Ready? 1, 2. But Little Tree just hugged his leaves tight. All around, the forest grew and grew. One summer, Little Tree could no longer feel the sunlight. The squirrels played high above the broad, tall trees, and the mourning dove sang so far away that he could hardly hear the fluty song. Autumn came again. Leaves began to blanket the ground. Little Tree looked up at the other trees, at their branches reaching into the sky. He remembered when the trees had all been his size. And then he let go. As his last leaf floated to the ground for the first time, Little Tree felt the harsh cold of winter. But in time, something happened. What do you think is going to happen? Once there was a little tree. So sometimes we don't want to let go of things in our lives like leaves or things that we think are really good, but sometimes we need to spread our wings and let go so we can grow to be beautiful big trees. All right, so I'm going to do a song. Oh, you guys remember this song from Matilda? It's called When I Grow Up. Grow up, I will be tall enough to reach the branches that I need to reach to climb the tree you get to climb when you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will be smart enough to answer all the questions that you need to know the answers to before you're grown up. And when I grow up, I will eat sweets every day on the way to work, and I will go to bed late every night. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will watch cartoons until my eyes go square, and I won't care 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up, when I grow up, I will be strong enough to carry all the heavy things you have to hold around with you when you're all grown up. And when I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight and need to bed each night to be all grown up. And when I grow up, I will have treats every day, and I'll play the things that Mom pretends that moms don't think are fun. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will spend all day just lying in the sun. And I won't bend 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. Remember, this is the part where Miss Honey comes. Miss Honey is Matilda's nice teacher who's kind to her. Because her other teacher, Miss Trunchbull, is horrible. But Miss Honey is really nice. There's Miss Honey. When I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown up. When I grow, just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change. When I grow up in this story, it doesn't mean that everything is written for me. If I think the ending is fixed already, I might as well be saying I think that it's okay, and that's not right. All right, Matilda. Remember I told you I saw Matilda in New York? It's a really, really fun musical. If you have not listened to the story Matilda by Roald Dahl, you can listen to it on Audible, and you can check it out from the library, and it's really good. It's a really good story. All right, friends, I'm going to give you big hugs, and I'm going to give you kisses, and I hope that you have a wonderful night, and I'll see you tomorrow.